In this video, I react to posts on the Unstable SMP Reddit. These posts range from memes, theories, rankings, and much more. So, I hope you enjoy. Okay, we're on the Unstable Universe Reddit. I've always wanted to do Reddit videos, so I actually get the chance to. I just want to say, bro, I'm the first person to do this, right? I don't want people stealing this idea, okay? First post, the slander never stops. So I've seen sort of couple posts. I think this guy, Pomegranate Upset, has been slandering everyone. So meet Plot Man. I think this is Wifies. Give me liberty, give me fire, give me busted hitman unsecured for ambiguous means, or I retire. Okay, yeah, I think this is referring to how he just got like the best PvPs to hunt Parrot. That's kind of a good point, to be honest. Genuinely tried to help save Parrot, trap him in a prison and threaten his friends. Wifies, I know with Unstable progressing, it became more dramatized, but Wifies, he went from being a chill, normal guy to a psycho girlfriend, bro, like. As we know, on the Unstable SMP mobs... why is it... Okay, it's just gone light mode, okay. As we know, on the Unstable SMP, mobs rarely spawn, then some items may cause plot hole. Tridents, every pirate has a riptide trident. However, finding a drowned where trying to make it loot would be incredibly hard. Do you know what? I'm not, like, entirely sure of this, but there's definitely been some sort of changing and retconning. Originally, it was passive mobs, so cows, pigs, they don't spawn, but it's sort of bridged into, like, oh, zombies, skeletons, and creepers don't spawn. Now, I'm not, like, 100% familiar with Season 1, but I'm pretty sure there were some examples of those mobs in that season. It's sort of like being able to DM players. I feel like that has been removed. They haven't really explained it, and this one sort of, it's got ambiguity to what's actually happening. Oh, the next post, me when I have to wait for a random event to even start fighting. It better start raining soon, let us show us what army. To be honest, it's kind of crazy how it just always rains when, you know, Jaden's in a fight. Obviously, it's a scripted server, so I feel like you should be able to take advantage of, like, you know, you can actually just make it rain, but it's getting a little ridiculous. I'd like to see a fight where Jaden and wemmbu like start it and it just doesn't rain and they actually have to like communicate instead of Jaden just coming out of nowhere using Riptide Mace. What did I even put in my YouTube? The desire to not exist, hunting a micro player who shouldn't exist. Okay, right, so that video, that's the type of video that would give me like a crisis, bro. And hunting a player who shouldn't exist, so this is your recommended, bro. ISO equivalent, there's people you can speak to, bro. I mean, I'm not sure why you're obsessed with the idea of not existing. Alright, Eggchan's aura, let's turn this up.
Higher grade C is gonna get
that's hard, okay? Like, that reminds me, I've seen loads of That Guy edits, and they've used, like, footage from my video, so, you know, that's pretty cool. Like, yeah. Who is the owl? I honestly thought they'd reveal it in the episode. I assumed it to be like Spoke or somebody, but it's like something they're going to continue talk. It's a plot point they're going to continue, I think. So this has probably been the biggest discussion in the community as of late, and after some thinking, I think I know the identity of the owl. So this is someone who's sending Parrot to places the law knows about but won't go help, which means it's someone who wants to help these places, wants Parrot to win the election instead of let us by getting these places to vote for them, and knows about places that have reached out to the law begging for help. Who's someone who would fit this category? My theory is the owl is none other than Deputy Ace. Think about it, Deputy's not a villain, all he wants is peace. Yeah, so he said before, like, I don't agree with wemmbu and Flame getting sort of executed, so if a bunch of random civilizations beg letters for help and he refuses to do anything, Deputy isn't going to sit by, and building off of that, the owl there would have to be someone with high enough power to hear about these cries of help, so the second in command would definitely fit the knowledge about them. But if he did this himself in order to get votes, letters would recognize him and either kill him or on the spot send him to jail for treason, and since as a community we've all widely accepted that Deputy is going to betray, it makes so sorry, why have we just accepted that? I mean, I get, okay, fair enough. He also knows there's a single person smart enough, compassionate enough, skillful enough, Parrot to actually, do you know what, honestly, yeah, okay, that you know, I was expecting, like, you know, some mediocre theory, but that adds up. The main issue is that Owl gives Parrot the second, but while Deputy Ace is transporting wemmbu, we see Ace with wemmbu for a long period of time, so there's no way for him to get the second vote there himself. That's a good point, actually. People definitely seem to agree with this theory. Honestly, Parrot's, I know I put him number 1 in my most recent ranking video, which isn't actually doing as good as I thought it would, so if you haven't seen that, make sure to go, you know, check it out. It's definitely not getting recommended to as many people. I put him number 1, that's overall, okay? If it was this season, he'd be below wemmbu. I'm not finding his videos too interesting, but no, they're still very good, okay, don't get me wrong. So I haven't actually been that passionate about them, but the owl, you know what, Deputy Ace, I think it's a bit weird they kept him alive. He's definitely gonna play some role, yeah. Victor Wembuyama. I'm not a basketball fan. I assume this is a basketball rep. Okay, I'm gonna move on. 2 versus 1,000 base. This is right up my alley because of that. Oh, Oh, I see. I thought they built it. No, this is yeah, well, this is a bit weird because this statue was in the 2 versus 1,000 battle, but this is like near water, so I think maybe it's just the same statue. Right, here we are. Saw this post already. Now I can actually click on the bloody photo. Right, meet justice, man. This is the Slander thing. Give me liberty, give me fire, give me vend that guy or I retire. Vend that guy, bro. The goat. That's from my video, bro. Yeah, bro. This guy just sacrifices people. What I'm wondering is how does he get the lawmen in the law? Okay, in the LORE. Like, how does he do that, bro? Because 1,000 have died and they still want to work for him. I just really don't get it, bro. I mean, just for me, I honestly don't know if Lettuce was the best choice for like king. I feel like you need someone with like aura sort of thing. Like obviously Clownpierce is an obvious choice, so too obvious, but someone with that sort of mystery behind them. But to be fair, Lettuce is, there's no hate to Lettuce, he seems like a chill guy, but just maybe doesn't suit the role of king, sort of. I reckon if he was deputy ace and someone else was the king, it'd make a bit more sense. Parrot and Theo hanging out post-recording. Alright, so this is a hardcore, so this makes me think this is from an Unstable video. That's pretty cool. I mean, they've got the mace, so probably not. But yeah, I mean, that's cool. I know this is not Unstable. Is this like a joke? I know because Swite was in the new video. Is this like a joke, or is this someone not knowing that Swite is a real person and not an Unstable character? Season 3 villain. I think we all know that Season 2 is going to end with the law collapsing, but that leaves a question. Who will take up the mantle of the big bad in Season 3? Right, okay, so I'm surprised people haven't pointed this out yet, but Wifies said they've gotten rid of the season format. Season 2 ended with, well, to be honest, Season 2 ended for Parrot with the Wifies dying, but with wemmbu and Flame, it never really ended. Like, they just sort of kept going. So I guess we could just look at the next big villain. We don't have to tie Season 3 to it. So they're both directly connected to an Unstable member. For Ash, his story is always directly connected with Spoke. For Lettuce, he became who he was because Flame ordered him and his levels friends to kill wemmbu, but that quickly turned into pretty much all of Lettuce's friends dying, so that leaves leaves a season level villain to be connected to Parrot, and that leaves a few options. Most obvious is Wifies, assuming the revival theory is true, but I doubt it because Wifies learned his lesson before he died. We do not need to be reviving Wifies, okay, please. Who could that leave? I have 3 ideas. Redunes, he was introduced in the Parrot video and has beef with him for a while. Clownpierce, setting up to be a season villain seems inevitable. We've already had Clownpierce versus Parrot, so I mean, maybe not. Redunes, I feel like he's too similar to Ashwag, just rich and powerful. The most interesting of my eyes is Spoke. We've seen for a while that ever since Spoke killed Rose, he's been kind of losing it. No, I've seen these theories in my, in my ranking video. People saying Spoke's like videos are a descent into madness, which if that's intentional, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't actually watched all of the Spoke videos, so I'm not sure who Rose is. So he could possibly follow his plan of purging the server and do so by seeking his old exploits. This would also be cool because it could be a perfect way to kill Spoke. Him getting his powers and being stopped by Jamato, seeing his old friend would realise what he's doing and end up being killed. Is this likely at all? Okay, that last bit is definitely a stretch. Like, I feel like you jumped the gun quite a bit there, but with the idea of Spoke becoming I feel like him and Parrot having conflict, I reckon they sort of do, but sort of being villains could work. That's definitely an interesting idea. But Spoke becoming the full villain, I'm not really sure. I was thinking maybe he could help Lettuce because he sort of wanted to become like a mafia leader, but like that arc kind of got abandoned. Like he got overthrown by his own army. They sort of abandoned it. If you wanted to recommend the Unstable universe to a friend, which video would be the best one to tell them to watch first? Well, for my girlfriend, I recommended her Parrot Season 1 video, mainly because I feel like the 3-hour videos, I mean, she's not a massive Minecraft fan, but the 3-hour videos are sort of hard to get into. You didn't need the Season 1 context for Season 2. Parrot is definitely the most digestible to get into sort of thing. It'd be interesting if there's a timeline of Unstable videos, but only the integral ones. So not necessarily every Parrot video, but maybe a couple from a Season 1. So basically, if a video doesn't contribute to the whole overall arc, it's not included. If that does exist, let me know. And honestly, if you want to create that, bro, go ahead. I'll shout that out, sure. Egg-chan art, ooh, like bro, the Egg-chan fan art is crazy. Okay, I don't know if this is intentional, but you like drew him here, then rubbed him out. Like that sort of gives it a cool effect. But Egg-chan, wemmbu's right hand man. Why is he in 2 pieces? Oh no, he's like a spirit. Sort of, he gives me King Dice vibes, if you know what I mean. So when wemmbu's evil, but he's your favorite Unstable PvC, Loki, got a root for him.
Kill that boy! Kill that boy! Kill that boy!
That's what I mean. Like Parrot, bro, if you steal like something from a player, he has like a breakdown, but wemmbu's killing hundreds with just no issue. Okay, bro, did we bro, is this any lower quality? Rest in peace to Uroboro. Yeah, I liked him in the new video. There's theories about him being connected to like the underworld. I guess the green armor trims sort of suggest that. The underworld, I honestly hate the idea of like, that was, you know, Unstable. It's believable to be unscripted at times, but that sort of was way too just out there, and we've had one bit about it. We've had nothing. So if they go back to it, that's cool. But it was such like a random thing. We've had nothing else out about it. I feel like if it was paced better, then that could have been much more effective. Flame video got retitled. I mean, I'm not really sure why this is Reddit post worthy. Flamefrags just uses A/B tile tests. I do too. I mean, it's just a really effective way of getting more engagement with like not really much risk, you know. Like most YouTubers nowadays have 2 titles, 2 thumbnails. It's sort of the meta. I mean, for me, I like to have 1 thumbnail, but sort of an A/B test with like a variant of text, you know? Because especially if I'm commissioning a thumbnail, I'm not going to be spending 2 thumbnails on 1 video. Ouroboros lost everything, his poems, part of his stash, lost of his gear. Yeah, for an unnecessary fight. Bro, like, he just got killed instantly. I feel like that ruined it. If he actually helped Wembu, that would have been really cool. But no, him destroying all of his stats, that was pretty sick. I mean, yeah, I don't know why they fought. I don't know why Wembu could have just said, where are the discs? Like, yeah, he just went straight to fighting. Wembu dangling him over a pit of lava. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Ouroboros has hid with all his loot from Ouroboros. Oh, okay, there's multiple. Ouroboros. Ouroboros. I don't get the difference. Yeah, honestly, I was confused. I was like, did he survive? But I think they're like similar names. Maybe there's lore I don't know. I'm Saul Goodman. Debate me for why Lettuce is evil and I'll defend him. I want to get better at debating. That's actually quite a cool idea. Point 1. Your client wants a dictatorship where he controls everything and everyone who opposes him is risking getting nuked by an orbital cannon that can destroy cities. Is this the kind of peace you want for the server? Does the end really justify the means? Any peace is better than none, and the law being forced to maintain a public image and having a voluntary fighting force means they have to play nice. Another post on the sub said Lettuce isn't asserting control over others, so a rebellion would end him. He has to be a good leader. Also, as shown in Parrot's video, the law doesn't really care about small cities that are far from spawn. If the law don't protect the weaker and smaller cities from bandits, can we say they are honest about their mission? Don't forget that it took only Theo and Parrot to defeat the bandits with the help of the citizens. Does the law really can't send 3 or 5 players to take care of if the hundreds, if not thousands of them? 3 or 5 players won't cut it, and chances are the law's too busy hunting down Flame and Wembu and uniting the server to the point where the smaller cities can wait until a law can afford to fight bandits. Was trying to kill Wembu Flamefrags really worth the life of 1,000 players? The problem I have with it is that if it wasn't for your client, would they have killed 1,000 players? By the way, was the death of 1,000 players also worth showing the server he captured Wembu only for him to escape? He only captured Wembu and sent 1,000 people because it was the only way to unite the server, through tragedy. Willingly uniting everyone is impossible unless to make them a common enemy, so 1,000 people dying would have been worth the end of bandits. Also, okay, that's actually a good argument. The other ones, like the other points and arguments, whatever, that was a good one. Okay, this is a good idea, but I'm just gonna move on because I could be here for ages. Wembu always prioritizes Egg's safety. Now, I get Egg's a nice guy and all, but like Wembu's evil, so Wembu's like high-key evil, so I'm not really sure why he's sort of carrying Egg around. Like Egg doesn't really give him much, you know. Completed Wembu fan. What? This is like anime. This is sick. Yeah, that's really cool. I used to do digital art, but I never like shading, lighting, angles. Just never really worked with me. Will there be a 5th member after the lore arc? It seems as though the lore arc is shaping up to be the next overarching arc. Probably put an end to season 2. Bro, people need to stop saying season 2. There's no such thing as season 2. Do you think we'll get another main character like we did with Flame after Invis Mafia? Now, what I'm thinking is for someone to be their own sort of, to join the Unstable SMP as a creator, is that you have to be independent, okay? Now, people say Booster. I honestly don't think Booster, he's not, okay. They need to be independent, okay? So, let's look at the Lifesteal members. If they don't create their own arcs on Lifesteal, then they're not going to be an Unstable member. Like, an example of this is manepear. Considering manepear is manepear, he was literally just doing whatever Flame wanted to that season. So he probably wouldn't be invited. We need someone independent. So like people say like leowook, he doesn't really he's not really independent. And Zam, he doesn't upload a lot already. I don't think his editing style would match it. Yeah, maybe not. I don't think Zam. But at the moment, I think 4 members is enough. I don't really think they need a 5th one yet. Unless they kill a member off, which would be very interesting. I hate Lettuce, bro. I just hate Lettuce so much. Can they kill him and move on, please? This kid is so annoying. To be honest, I'm not a massive fan of Lettuce's character. But can they kill him and move on? Like, they're building to something. I'll let them cook. He's not terrible, okay? But yeah, I definitely think that could be better. Okay, that's going to be the end of this video. This was something new, so if you enjoyed it, let me know. If you have any tips, do let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.